Hi everyone, welcome to the Australia Plus Learn English page. I'm Shivali. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're going to be talking about three very important words that affect all of us in one way or another. And they are homophones, homographs, and homonyms. Now, they might sound difficult and very complicated, but fear not, we're going to go through all of that today. So let's get started. Let's look at the first one, homophones. So what are homophones? Homophones are words that sound the same, but they're spelt differently. So here's an example. There or there. T-H-E-I-R or T-H-E-R-E. Now listen to these. Their home, their friends, their family. You can't tell from listening to me whether I'm using T-H-E-I-R or T-H-E-R-E. But when it's actually used in a sentence, you can actually understand the meaning of the sentence and understand which word is being used, and therefore figure out the spelling. So in this case, I was using T-H-E-I-R. Now here's another example of a set of homophones. Here and here, H-E-R-E and H-E-A-R. Now, here can mean come here, H-E-R-E, that's what you use, or can you hear me, H-E-A-R, that's the word we'd use there. Here are some other examples of homophones. There's so many. Sight, S-I-G-H-T, and sight, S-I-T-E. Sail and sail, S-A-L-E, or S-A-I-L. Fair and fair, F-A-I-R or F-A-R-E. And as you would have realized by now, they're pronounced the same, but they have different meanings. Okay, that is all about homophones. Now, let's watch this video to understand a little bit more about another set of homophones, accept or accept. Let's find out.
Accept or accept. To accept something is to receive it willingly. I accept this award. Or agree. I accept that you are right. Accept means excluding. I like everything about the house except the kitchen.
Now, we saw another video on homophones there. Let's look at another term that we are going to cover today, homographs. So homographs are words that are spelt the same, but they're pronounced differently. So for example, L-E-A-D, that's a good example of a homograph. You can pronounce it as lead, which can refer to the metal. She hit the table with a lead pipe. Or it can be lead, which is to pull something along. She will lead the horse along the riverbank. So you can hear the difference in pronunciation there, but they both are spelt as L-E-A-D. We've got some other examples here. Tear, as in a teardrop, or tear the paper. Both are spelt T-E-A-R. You've also got wind, as in breeze, or wind, as in wind the clock. And produce, to make something, or produce, which refer to fruit and vegetable grown. So all these examples again, they've got the same spelling, but they're pronounced differently, so they're known as homographs. Homophones are words that sound the same. Homographs are words that are spelt the same, but pronounced differently. Now, finally, homonyms. So we've looked at homophones, homographs, let's look at homonyms. Now homonyms can be words that look and sound the same, but they have different meanings. So one example is lean. Lean has two meanings. It can mean thin. So in a sentence you would say, after 6 weeks on the exercise program, he looked lean and fit. Or it can mean to rest against. So you can say, lean against the wall if you're feeling tired. So that's an example of a homonym. Coming back to homographs, let's watch this next video to learn a bit more about another homograph, progress or progress?
Progress or progress? Progress means the process of going through stages of improvement. My progress with learning how to edit has been slow and steady. Progress means to advance or go forward. I want to progress further with my studies.
So we've gone through homographs, homophones and homonyms there, so I hope that helps you. We actually got lots of questions from all of you asking us what is the meaning of these terms on Facebook, so thank you for all your questions and hope that helped you understand the meaning of each term. And we also provided some examples, and of course there are always videos that you can go back and look at on our that are available on our website, australiaplus.com/learnenglish. We also got some questions specifically about the differences between these terms, and I'm just going to read out some questions. The first one here from Khaledur Rahman from Bangladesh. Mohammed Khaledur says, what's the difference between homophones and homographs? Now, homophones, remember, homophones are words that sound the same, but homographs are words that have the same spelling, but they are pronounced differently. So here's how I remember it. You can think of homophone as having the word phone in it, and phone involves, it's relating to sound. So it's like, you know, when you think of telephone, it's got the word phone in it as well. Now, when we say homophones, we're talking about words that sound the same. That's how I remember it. And one example here is pair, as in P-A-I-R, or pair, P-E-A-R. A pair of shoes, or, and in this case it will be P-A-I-R, or a pear, a juicy pear, P-E-A-R. Now, homograph, on the other hand, has the word has graph in it, and it's similar to an autograph, and it has to do with writing. So, if you think of homographs, they are words that are spelt the same, but they're pronounced differently. Here's another example: live or live. Live, as in we live here, or live, as in we are live now. So hope that helps you, Khaledur, and thanks for your question. Another question here from Jedidiah Kennedy from Congo. Hi, Jedidiah. Jedidiah says, what's the difference between homonyms and homophones? Now remember, homonyms are words that look and sound the same, but they have different meanings. But homophones are words that sound the same, but they are spelt differently. So I'll give you another example to illustrate this difference. Homonym, an example of a homonym, bark. So the dog barks, or a tree bark. So bark has two different meanings in that case. In an example of homophones, ate, A-T-E, I ate my dinner, or E-I-G-H-T, which refers to the number 8. But both of them have the same pronunciation there. And another one here from Ratna Marlina from Indonesia. She actually shares her experience using homophones. And it's a really good point she's making. She says, in written form, I can see the differences easily, but orally it's very confusing. For example, he is my son. When I hear this, there are two meanings that come to mind. So that's true, Ratna. It can be confusing, and probably that's a good thing to be aware of, because then you can actually learn these terms and understand how you can use which word you should be using and how you can use the word correctly. So in this example that you've given us, he is my son, you could think of S-U-N as in the son, or S-O-N as in my son, a person. So a good way to understand the right meaning the first time round would be to actually listen to the whole sentence and understand the context. And that way you can understand the meaning and get the word right. Okay, so thank you for the questions, and thank you for your comment as well, Ratna. We had a really good time looking through all your questions, and Keep them coming. We'll be around after this lesson on Facebook to answer any questions you have about this topic. And with that, we've actually come to the end of the lesson for today. Thank you so much for joining all of us on Learn English. This is our last lesson for this year, but remember, you can always go to our website anytime on the go. It's australiaplus.com/learnenglish. And as I said, we'll be on Facebook after this to answer any questions you have on this topic. We hope you had a good time today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.